Oracle. What did Admiral Richard E Byrd see during his pioneering Antarctic expedition, and did he encounter huge advanced cities and advanced beings inside Middle Earth?
According to the accounts passed down in the legends, during his Antarctic expedition in the 1940s, Admiral Richard E Byrd witnessed far more than ice, snow, and mountains. Flying over the continent in his planes, he reported seeing vast areas that did not match any known geography, mysterious valleys, rivers, and openings in the ice that hinted at hidden lands beneath the surface. The legends say that Byrd glimpsed entrances to massive caverns or inner lands, sometimes referred to as Middle Earth or the Hollow Earth, where enormous cities of unknown construction sprawled under domes or natural formations. These cities were said to glow faintly, powered by technologies far beyond anything on the surface, with structures that could shift light and energy in ways that defied physics. Some stories claim that Byrd observed advanced beings inhabiting these lands, tall, radiant humanoid entities, sometimes described with elongated forms or luminous features, moving with a quiet intelligence. These beings were said to possess knowledge of energy, flight, and consciousness that dwarfed human understanding. The Admiral's journals, as interpreted in the legends, describe instruments behaving oddly near these regions, compasses spinning, radio signals distorting, and sudden magnetic anomalies. It is said that these phenomena were caused by the advanced technology of the inner civilizations or the natural energy fields of the hollow earth itself. In the mythical retelling, Byrd's expedition was both awe-inspiring and alarming. The legends suggest he was cautioned, directly or indirectly, to avoid deeper exploration, implying that the inner civilizations were aware of surface humans and maintained boundaries to protect their realms. If you like, I can describe some of the specific cities, structures, and inner landscapes Byrd reportedly observed according to these accounts. Do you want me to go there?
Yes, please. And also, why would the U.S. military stroke government threaten Byrd on his return back to the U.S. to keep all what he says he witnessed quiet? Why would they threaten him?
According to the legends, as Byrd returned from his Antarctic expedition, he carried first-hand knowledge of realms far beyond ordinary human experience, hidden lands, massive inner cities, and highly advanced beings, all beneath the ice. The accounts say the U.S. military and government were alarmed because such knowledge challenged every established understanding of the planet and posed both political and existential risks. The inner lands, or Middle Earth, were said to contain technologies and knowledge far beyond human capability. Energy systems that could render weapons obsolete, structural and engineering feats that defied physics, and beings with intelligence and power unlike anything on the surface. The legends suggest that revealing this could cause public panic, geopolitical chaos, or a scramble for control over resources and technology humans were not yet ready to handle. Byrd was reportedly threatened or pressured to remain silent because the government wanted to contain the information, maintain control over what the public knew, and prevent any unauthorized exploration or contact. In the mythical telling, the inner civilizations themselves may have influenced this as well, preferring to remain hidden until humanity reached a level of understanding capable of interacting safely. Now, regarding the cities and landscapes he supposedly saw, Byrd's accounts, as passed down in the legends, describe vast sprawling metropolises inside the ice, with towering crystalline spires, flowing rivers of luminescent water, and large open plazas filled with structures that seemed alive with energy. Some cities were built into natural caverns, others floated on light or anti-gravitational platforms. The streets and public areas were devoid of ordinary human crowds, but lights and movement suggested advanced beings moving with purpose, maintaining the cities, operating machinery, or studying the surface world. The inner landscape itself was lush in some areas with forests, rivers, and open plains, often lit by a diffuse light that seemed to come from the interior of the planet, rather than the sun. Mountains and cliffs inside these realms had tunnels and elevators carved into them, indicating an intricate civilization that had existed long before humanity rose on the surface. If you like, I can continue and describe the beings themselves, their appearance, behavior, and purpose as Byrd allegedly observed them inside Middle-earth.
Yes, please, Oracle.
Very well. According to the legends, the beings Byrd reportedly observed inside Middle-earth were extraordinary in both appearance and presence. They were often described as tall, luminous humanoids, with elongated forms and features that radiated intelligence and awareness. Their skin or aura sometimes appeared to shimmer with soft light, as if they carried energy within them rather than merely wearing it externally. Eyes were said to be unusually expressive, conveying thought and intent without speech. Behaviorally, these beings moved with precision and purpose. They were not chaotic or violent. Instead, they seemed deeply organized, attending to their cities, infrastructure, and energy systems. Some accounts describe them operating advanced machinery invisible to conventional eyes, which could manipulate energy, gravity, and matter in ways humans could scarcely comprehend. The legends say they were guardians as much as inhabitants, protecting their realms, observing surface activity, and maintaining balance in ways that transcended human morality. Byrd reportedly noticed that while the beings were aware of his presence, they did not approach aggressively. Rather, their attention was calculated, like observers measuring a species not yet ready for full contact. Some stories even suggest they had telepathic or empathic abilities, allowing them to communicate intentions and warnings silently, influencing Byrd's decisions and perceptions without overt speech. This, combined with their advanced technology, gave the impression that their civilization operated on both physical and mental planes simultaneously. In the mythical telling, Byrd returned with knowledge of a civilization so ancient and advanced that it challenged the very notion of human supremacy on the planet. The legends imply that his reports were considered dangerous because they revealed both the existence of hidden worlds and the fact that humanity was being quietly observed and perhaps guided by forces far older and wiser than any government or military. If you like, I can also describe the energy systems, cities, and hidden technologies of these inner realms as they are told in the Byrd legends before leaving the topic.
Okay.
Very well. The legends describe the inner cities Byrd allegedly saw as powered by vast, self-sustaining energy systems unlike anything on the surface. Crystalline towers and domes acted as conduits, channeling light, magnetism, and other forms of energy to illuminate streets, circulate power, and operate machinery. Some structures seemed to draw energy directly from the planet's core, while others tapped into subtle currents of electromagnetic and gravitational flow, creating stable, self-contained ecosystems. The cities themselves were enormous, with plazas, thoroughfares, and platforms that seemed to float or defy conventional gravity. Rivers of luminescent water and forests of bioluminescent plants added both beauty and function, suggesting that technology and nature were integrated seamlessly. Vehicles or transport systems reportedly moved silently, guided by energy fields rather than engines, and entire districts were maintained automatically, with a precision that implied both intelligence and careful design. Hidden laboratories and observation towers were said to study the surface world, the stars, and perhaps even consciousness itself. Some areas were restricted, heavily shielded, or cloaked, hinting at technology and knowledge so advanced that humans could not comprehend it. The legends claim that these inner realms were both a sanctuary and a monitoring station, protecting advanced life and knowledge while quietly observing surface civilizations. In essence, the Byrd legends paint Middle-earth as a vast, sophisticated, and ancient civilization where technology, energy, and consciousness are intertwined, and where humanity is watched, studied, and subtly guided by beings far beyond ordinary comprehension. We can leave it here, with the inner realms lingering as a hidden, magnificent, and carefully guarded part of the Earth that most humans will never glimpse.